Welcome, grade 5 and the parents. If you are a parent here, please gather all my grade 5 because today we're going to revise geography. So we're going to answer a couple of questions that we find in this geography question paper. Welcome to my classroom. I am Sir Rudolph Mathumbu. I am a professional teacher. I hold a degree in education and I am SAYS registered. If you need revision with all CAPS aligned subjects, you are in the right place. Please subscribe for more revisions. If you need private tutoring, please contact me using the contact details provided in the description of this video. Okay, let's get into today's lesson. Okay, straight away. Okay, straight away, let's go through the instructions. There will be two parts of this paper. So the parts here are two. Section A and Section B. So Section A has 25 marks. Section B has got 25 marks, which will consist of short answers. So this will be short answers. Section A will be short answers. And Section B will be longer answers. So they say, please read the questions carefully. Check your answers carefully. And lastly, have fun. So let's go to the questions and see if we are going to have fun. Section 1 says, complete the following question. Then we complete the following question. Question number 1. Underline or highlight the correct answer. So this is a multiple choice question. You are expected to underline. You are expected to underline or to highlight the correct answer. The first question says, which of the following is not a form of precipitation? Which of the following is not a form of precipitation? Let's see. Hail. Hail is a precipitation. Snow is a precipitation. Rain is a precipitation. So which one is not? Wind. Wind is not a precipitation. So what do? We underline the correct answer, which is the wind. Then question B. Question B says, which of these is not? So we want which is not one of the 4 elements of weather. Which of these is not part of the 4 elements of weather? All right, let's start like this. Is wind a part of the elements of weather? Yes. Cloud cover, is it part of the elements of weather? Yes. Temperature, is it the part of the 4 elements of weather? Yes. Snow, no, snow is wrong. So we don't get, when they give us the weather, they don't give us snow. But what do they give us? They give us a temperature which is the hot or cold. Cloud cover is the sky covered with clouds or the sky is clear. Wind, the speed of the wind, if there's wind or no wind. So this one is the correct one. We go to C. Identify the renewable resources. So the key here is renewable resources. All right. Which one are renewable resources? Are coal, gold, and wind renewable resources? No. Sun, water, and wind renewable resources? Yes. So which one is the correct answer? These ones. Sun, water, wind are renewable resources. We go to question D. Let's push and we see D and E. Can we see them? Yes, we see D and E. So question D says, what instrument, so here they want an instrument, do we use to measure temperature? Which instrument do we use to measure temperature? Temperature, we said it's hot or cold. So what do we use? Do we use rain gauge? No. Rain gauge is for rain. Do we use windsock? No, it's not windsock. Do we use a compass? No, not a compass. But what do we use? We use a thermometer. So a thermometer is the one that is used to measure temperature. Even when you visit the clinics or a doctor, they will use thermometer to check your temperature. Then we go to E. E says, name the South African plants. So they want plants that can survive a dry climate by storing water in their trunk. So these kind of plants, they say they survive a dry climate because they store water in their trunks. Which plants are those? Are they proteas? No. Are they aloes? No. Are they forest trees? No. What is the correct one? Is the baobab tree. Baobab tree. So these are the plants that they store water and they survive the dry climate. Okay, number F. How much area do Savannah cover of South Africa? How much area do Savannah cover of South Africa? Okay. Is it almost a quarter of South Africa? No. Is it all of South Africa? No. Is it almost a half of South Africa? No. So what is the correct one? Almost a third of South Africa. So Savannah covers almost a third of South Africa. G. So G says what unit, so they want a unit, is used to measure rainfall. A unit that is used to measure rainfall. What is it? Is it is it degrees Celsius? No, degrees Celsius are used to measure temperature. Is it liters? No. we haven't heard of rain being measured in liters and they say there has been 2 liters of rain. No. Is it milliliters? Nope. Is it millimeters? Yes. So they use millimeters to measure rain, and that is the correct answer. So we are moving very fast, bantwana bami. You must be very fast and catch these things. In which province? So H says in which province? Here we're looking for a province. Would you find the big hole? The big hole. Where do we find the big hole? In which province? Is it in KwaZulu-Natal? No. Is it in Western Cape? No. Is it in Eastern Cape? No. So which one is the correct one? It's Northern Cape. So we find the big hole in the Northern Cape. In which 2 ways, so here they want 2 ways, do miners get rocks out of the ground? In which 2 ways do miners get rocks out of the ground? Do they open pit and surface mining? Oh, no. Shallow and deep level mining? No. Is it shaft and deep level mining? No. So which one is the correct one? Open pit and deep level mining. So that is the correct answer. Let's move to J. We're moving very fast, I'm telling you. J says, which minerals? So here they are asking about a mineral. Which mineral did the miners dig out of Kimberley mines? So when they went to Kimberley mines, which mineral was found there? Was it gold? No. Was it coal? No. Was it platinum? No. But what was it? Diamond. So the miners, they went to Kimberley mine to dig out diamonds. So question 2 says match column A. So we match column A with column, no, match column B with column A. And write only the letter under the number. So you match these columns by writing the letter under the number. So column A, we have got gold, platinum, chrome, copper, silver. So on the other side, we have got a statement that we're going to match them with. So to harden steel and to make stainless steel. Which of these mineral is made to harden steel and to make stainless steel? Which one do we use? The answer is chrome. Chrome is used to harden steel and make stainless steel. So the second one says, coins and jewelry. What do we use to make coins and jewelry? We use gold to make coins and jewelry. So these are embedded in drill bits and can cut through tough materials. So which one is embedded into the drill bit? It is nothing but silver. So silver is embedded into drill bits, and it can drive through tough material. Then we go to in-car exhausts. In-car exhausts to make fumes less harmful. So which one is used in car exhaust to make a car less harmful? It is platinum. Platinum is used in car exhaust, and it is used to make the smoke or the fumes less harmful. So the last one is E, to purify water and kill bacteria and fungi. And which one is that one? The last one is copper. Copper. All right, so we're done with question 2. We will now move to question 3. Question 3. Question 3 says, fill in the missing words. So we fill in the missing word from the box. So from the box below, so it means from here. Then the words that we are given are silicosis, open, cage, swamp, non-renewable, coal, rockfalls, mining, explosives, and millions. So we're going to use those words to fill in here. So number 1 says, rocks and minerals are resources. Rocks and minerals are what? They are non-renewable. They are non-renewable resources. B says, coal and a rock made from the remainings of plants that died of years ago. Coal is a rock made from the remains of plants that died years ago. Obvious. Which one represents numbers is this one? Millions. So they say it is from the rocks that died millions of years ago. All right. A valuable farmlands and forests can be made into peat mines. So valuable farmlands and forests can be made into peat mines. What is the correct word here? It's open. It can be made into an open pit mines. D, a lift called a takes miners up and down the shaft. So what is the name of the lift that carries miners up and down the shaft? What is it? It is a cage. So they use a cage to go up and go down the mine. They use a cage. So More miners are killed by underground than any other accidents. Many miners are killed by what? Are they killed by silicosis, swamp? They are killed by coal? They are killed by rock falls? And the answer is rock falls. When the rock falls, they say many miners are killed by rock falling. The dust from blasted rock damages the miner's lungs and causes what? The dust from the blast. The dust from the what is that? The dust from blasted rocks damages the miner's lungs and causes what is the name of the disease that is caused by this blast? It's silicosis. So the answer of F is silicosis. All right, we move right along. Okay, 9 is used to generate electricity in power stations. Obvious, what is used to generate electricity is coal. So coal is used to generate electricity in the power stations. We use coal to generate electricity in our power stations. F. Okay, that was. So we use coal. Coal is used to generate electricity in power station. Okay, H. Is a wetland with trees. So it's a wetland with trees and other plants growing in it. What is that? Is a wetland with trees and other plants growing in it. What is the answer here? It is a swamp. A swamp. A swamp is a wetland with trees and other plants growing in it. I. So I says digging minerals and coals out of the ground is called, what do we call digging mineral? We call it mining. Digging mineral out. So J. J says often they use to blast rock out of the sides of the holes in mines. What do they use? They use explosives. So they use explosives to blast rocks out of the sides of the hole in the mines. Okay. So section B, question 1 says, write down the correct definition of the following words. So you are expected to write down the definition of the words that are given here. The first word that we are given here is temperature. So what is the definition of temperature? So this tells us how hot or cold the air is. Temperature tells us how hot or cold the air is. All right, let's go to the second one. Climate. What is the correct definition of climate? Climate is a long-term weather pattern in the area. So a climate is a long-term weather pattern. So this is how the weather patterns, but for a long time. So we call that climate. Climate tells us how the weather pattern is for a long time. All right, we move to humidity. Humidity. What is humidity in geography? Humidity is the amount of water vapor, water vapor in the air. So when we say today it's humid or the weather is humid, we are actually referring to the water vapor that is in the air. That is what humidity is. Then we move to weather. What is weather? So weather describes what the weather elements, you remember the weather elements, what the weather elements are on. So weather describes what the weather elements are on a particular day in an area. So this, when we read the weather, it means we check what the weather elements are on a particular day. So we look at the weather elements of that day. How are they? So right, the last one is precipitation. Precipitation. What are precipitation, or what is the correct definition of precipitation? It's the difference forms in which water falls to the ground. So precipitations are the different forms in which water falls to the ground. For an example, we have got rain. So rain is an example of precipitation. And we have got snow. Snow, it is a form of water. And then we have got hail. Hail, it's a form of water as well. So these are the examples of precipitations. So in geography, when they speak about the precipitations, they speak about the forms of water in which, or the form in which they fall to the ground. They fall in the form of a rain, they fall in the form of a snow, and even in the form of a hail. So question 2 of section B, we have got a case study. So we need to go through this case study and then we answer questions. The instruction says, read the following case study about Savannah grassland and answer the following questions for 10 marks. Case study, Savannah grasslands. Different types of area of vegetation, so these are areas of vegetation, have different names. So different types of area of vegetation, they have got different names. One type of vegetation is called savanna. So a savanna is a grassland area that has trees. Savanna is a grassland area that has trees and other smaller bushes. Savanna occurs on a low area of the land than other grasslands do. In some savanna, the trees grow far apart. So in some savanna, the trees grow far apart. There are more trees that can grow quite closer together. There are different types of savanna with many different types of landscapes and vegetation. So different types of savanna with many different types of landscapes and vegetation. The main types of savanna in South Africa are where the grasses are not eaten by animals, so there are few animals in the area. Where the grasses are eaten by the animal, so there are many animals in the area. Almost a third of South Africa is covered by savanna vegetation. So almost a third of South Africa is covered by savanna vegetation. The savanna is warm throughout the year. Savanna is warm throughout the year. It receives rainfall during summer, and has warm, dry winter. So they have got warm, dry winter. The wet summer season provides just enough rain to allow grasses to grow well in the areas that are moist and not overpowered by trees. The tall grasses provide good food for grass-eating animals such as springbok, buffaloes, and wildebeest. Fire outbreaks on the savannah are common. So fire outbreaks on the savannah are common. Almost all plants and grasses that grow here are able to survive fires. So almost all plants and grasses that grows here are able to survive fires, even when badly burned. As an example, some plants are able to store water. Some plants are able to store water and nutrients in their roots. When fires burn the stems, the food and the water stored underground allows the plant to grow again. Some trees also have thick bark to protect them from being permanently damaged by fire. Acacia trees are found in Savannah. They have long tap roots that can find water deep underground. This helps them to survive drought conditions. Acacias also have sharp thorns for protection. The thorns prevent many animals from eating their leaves. Only certain animals, such as giraffes, are able to eat branches that have thorns. Because savanna have many different kinds of plants, they can support different types of animal. Savannas are home to animals that feed on plants and trees, such as giraffes, rhino, elephants, zebras, and many other types of antelopes. Then there are many animals that eat these plant eaters, such as lion, cheetah, hyenas. There are also numerous kinds of insects and birds. Okay, now we are done reading the scenario. Can we answer the questions? Question number 1 says, what is a savanna? We said, according to the law, we said a savanna is a grassland area that has trees and other smaller bushes. So savanna is a grassland area that has trees and other small bushes. Number 2, how is a savanna different to a forest? So a difference between a savanna and a forest. Okay. In many savannas, in many savannas, the tree density densities are higher, and trees are more regularly spaced than in forests. So that is the answer. C. C says, why are fire outbreaks common? Fire outbreaks common in the Savannah area. Why are the fire outbreaks common in the Savannah area? The reason is they are common because they are highly prone. They are highly prone to storms and have an ideal fire climate. So they are prone to fires and they have an ideal climate. The climate allows fires. D. How is it possible for plants and grasses to be able to survive fires? We read about this. We said some plants store water in their roots. So when the fire burns the stems, the water allows the plant to grow back again. So some trees have thick backs. So that is how they survive. What kind of climate do Savannah have? So Savannah have a warm climate throughout. They have got a warm climate throughout the year. In which receives rainfall, rain falls during summer and they have dry winter or warm winter. So F says name two types of herbivorous animals. that lives in savannah, herbivorous animal. So the herbivorous animals that lives in savannah is springbok. There are springboks there. There are buffaloes. There are buffaloes. And there are giraffes as well. There are giraffes. What types of trees are found in savannah? The types of trees that are found in savannah are your acacias, trees, acacia trees. So acacia trees are found in savannah land. So H, name one main type of savanna in South Africa. The one main type. Okay, this one is when the grass are not eaten by animals. And the other one is where grass is eaten by animals. Okay. Question 3 says, complete the following question. South Africa has some of the deepest mines in the world. Explain some of the dangers in a deep level mine. So, the danger in a deep level mine, number 1, temperatures at the bottom of a deep mine reaches 50 degrees Celsius. So that's the first danger. Second, the weight of a of the rocks causes rock falls. Then another one is that gases can catch fire and explode. Mines are full of dust. Then B says, miners must follow rules to protect themselves and others. Name 2 safety rules. So the 2 safety rules, it's number 1, they should wear a helmet. They should wear boots. They should wear gloves and overalls. So that is for safety. Overalls for safety. The second one, they should wear masks when working in thick dust. All right, so we go to C. C says, in a short paragraph, explain what happens to the waste material from the mines. Also explain how laws can control the damage caused by mines. So miners dig a lot of rocks from the ground to get the necessary minerals. So the second one, the machines then break and crush the rocks to separate the useful minerals from the rock. Then they throw away the materials they do not need. Mining companies only use a small amount of the materials they mine. So as for the second one about the law require the modern mines of today to be more careful with their waste disposal. They are not allowed to the environment. They are not allowed to pollute the environment. Yes, so this is how we answer this paper for geography grade 5. Thanks for watching this video up until this point. It shows that you are serious about your education. Remember, if you want to learn something, repetition is the mother of all learning. So it is very important that you keep on repeating this video until you grasp all the concepts that are explained here. If you feel that there are some things that I didn't cover in this video, please do not hesitate to put it in the comment section.